Shalom, giving all praise and all glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Shalom to all you Akim that you're pushing this word around the globe in faith and in sincerity. We are the real Hebrew Israelites, the real Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, and West Africans predominantly. However, you do get Israelites who are going to look like other nations because Israel has been scattered amongst all peoples throughout our various captivities. So therefore, pertaining to Numbers 1 and 18, your seed line is determined by the line of your father, not what your outer appearance looks like. So, as I'm saying, you're going to get Israelites who look like people other than, West Indians or Native Americans or West Africans. You're going to get Israelites who might look like so-called white people or so-called Chinese. But if the seed line by their father goes back to Israel, the man in the Bible, then they too are Israelites, because your nationality is based upon who your forefathers were. So, just a quick listen here. On the screen, you can see this advert for McDonald's. Now, anybody who's in this truth, hopefully you're cognizant enough and aware enough that you really shouldn't be eating McDonald's if you know what's good for you. It's poison, basically. But basically, they do their flavour of the month every so often. And what I've noticed is that I don't shop at McDonald's, but I see these adverts around town, as I'm out and about. And I've noticed that a large majority of what McDonald's serve, they put bacon in, it seems. Because whenever I see they're doing these flavour of the month, like a new burger or whatever, it's usually laced with bacon. Now, that's just basically a sign of the kingdom that we're living in, that it's not a righteous kingdom at all, and it doesn't uphold the laws of the Bible, because according to the law of the Bible, we have dietary laws, and there's certain things that we are allowed to eat, and there's certain things which we're not allowed to eat. And one of the things that is forbidden is pork. So they've got this sticky and sweet barbecue chicken burger. All right, fine. If you want to have a barbecue chicken for a burger, it's not against the law. But why have you got to put pork in it? It doesn't even fit in there in terms of the context of the title, But if I'm not mistaken, if we zoom in, that to me looks like bacon. That certainly looks like bacon to me right there. I thought maybe it could be red lettuce or something like that, but I'm gonna assume that it's bacon. And if it isn't bacon, it doesn't really matter, because this applies to, they do their bacon with cheese burger. They do their sausage and egg McMuffin. They do a lot of pork products. So, this message still needs to go out anyway. So I'll just keep prophesying against them, basically. So let me bring out some scriptures. I'm going to get Leviticus 11 and 7. Lord willing, this lesson won't be too long, but it's how the Spirit leads, obviously. So let me start from Leviticus 11 and 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud, among the beasts that shall ye eat. Nevertheless, these shall you not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel. So eating camel's forbidden, which is what a lot of Ishmaelites do. It's one of their dishes, camel meat. Because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the swine, though he divideth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass ye shall not touch, they are unclean unto you. So, we're not even supposed to touch their carcasses, because these animals are considered unclean. And it's not just pigs, it's the swine, the hare, the coney, camel. Their dead carcasses are unclean, because there's certain animals which are clean, and there's certain animals that are unclean. Let me get Deuteronomy 14 and 8. It says Deuteronomy 14 and 8. And this is also, And the swine, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean to you. You shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass. So you ain't even supposed to be touching these animals when they're dead, man. So if you're walking around your supermarket and you're thinking, oh, let me get some pork and all this kind of shit, which is what a lot of you Christians do. Don't front like you ain't doing it, because I've seen it with my own eyes. You know, you buy your pork products and stuff, you're throwing that in your shopping basket. Technically, yeah, I know it's in under cling film or plastic or whatever, but you're throwing that in your basket amongst all your other groceries. That shit's unclean, man. You know, it's unclean, and it's like, when you come to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of these scriptures, you put off the old man. Because I'm not going to lie, when I was back in the world, I'd sometimes eat pork, very rarely, because it wasn't really something that was part of my everyday life home diet. You know, we didn't really have it that much, but occasionally, you know, we'd have it once in a while. You know, but that's obviously back when you're in the world, before you know this truth. Once I came to the understanding of the Levitical laws and the dietary laws, I thought, you know what, man, I ain't dealing with that stuff no more. And I put it away, and I never looked back, because I was never really addicted to it. But there's some people out there in this world who literally are addicted to eating pork and swine's flesh. Just look at that. Just a few weeks ago, there was that guy, was he Badass or something, who was ready to give the Most High the middle finger because he wanted to eat pork, because he couldn't tame his own flesh, that, you know, his carnal desires had dominion over him. Now ultimately it's demons that are doing this. You know, a demon can jump on you and make you lust after certain things. In his case, he's got a pork demon on him, and that's going to be his demise. But that's the way Yahweh wants it. But as for us that are of the hopeful elect, and we want to do the will of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, we've got to put off the old man and put away the things that are displeasing to Yahweh or Yahweh Shai, even though it may feel pleasurable to our carnal flesh. See what I'm saying? Because your body, because we're in these sinful bodies, there's certain things that your body's going to want to naturally do, and your body's not going to say, oh, this is wrong, man. It needs to be your spirit that says, you know what, you can't do this because X, Y, Z. That's why it's important to know these scriptures and to know why. You know what I mean? Now, there's some things in the law that we don't understand on this side. For example, one of the laws is that you're not supposed to wear garments with mixed fabrics. Now, unless you're gonna make all of your clothes yourself, it's more than likely that you're gonna be wearing something that has mixed fabrics in it. Now, I don't know why Yahweh set things up that way, because I don't understand on this side. But the thing is, we have to abide by it as much as we can. Now, in this world, we can only rehearse the righteous acts because we're still in our sinful bodies, and B, we're in our captivity under the Edomites, which is you so-called white people. We're still subject unto you. We're still your slaves, even though we've been freed in terms of what they would call freeing. We're still slaves unto the elite banking families, because, you know, we've got our national insurance numbers and we have to go to work, we have to pay our taxes, this, that, and the other. We're under the rule of these Edomites, so we can't exercise our laws fully. You know, but we can rehearse the righteous acts. And one of the most easiest righteous acts to rehearse is not eating pork. Other than, you know, keeping your beard on your face, for example. You know, keeping your beard's one of the easiest laws. You literally don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to, you know, wake up in the morning and shave your face and shit. That actually takes work. Whereas if you just let your beard grow naturally, you don't have to do anything. It takes care of itself. You know, and the thing is, when you first come into this faith, there's a lot of laws, there's a lot of commandments, 613. It helps to start with the little ones, and you gradually build yourself up in the faith. As you build yourself up in the faith, you become stronger and stronger, and then you start to keep more, like other laws, such as, you know, not profaning the Sabbath wherever possible. Now, obviously, again, in this kingdom, if the Sabbath falls on a weekday or Wednesday, most people have to get up and go to work on a Wednesday, so you can't keep it 100% perfect, but we can rehearse the righteous acts. And that all starts with getting your mind right. And getting your mind right is getting into these scriptures and getting to know the law, statutes, and commandment, and drawing closer to Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. So, Lord willing, that's been edifying, and I'm going to wrap it up there, because there's not much more to say on this topic, other than if you want to be in this truth and you want to be with the hopeful elect, no pork, no problem. Yeah, If you want to keep eating pork, go join a Christian church, because that's what they're all into, where they say, the law's done away with. No, the law isn't done away with. 1 John 5 and 3. For this is let me get it. Rather than just quote, let me get it. Yeah, 1 John 5 and 3. Nah, wrong one. There we are. This is the one I wanted. It says, for this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Yeah, so it shouldn't be grievous for you to not eat pork. It was grievous for Bozzy Badass because he's a 2/3 and he's fit. Oh, as the Americans say, you know, they're fin for destruction, fin to be destructed, fin to be destroyed. But I'll say it the English way. He's fit, a vessel of wrath, fitted for destruction. He is probably of the 2/3. I mean, the Lord could do a miracle and wake this guy up and bring him into the truth. But after the way he was giving the Lord the middle finger over not wanting to give up pork, I don't really see much hope for that guy, man. Anyway, so with that, giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that rule well. Shalom until the next lesson, Lord willing. Shalom.